Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go down home with Team O'Neill.
Welcome to Down Home with Team O'Neill. This is the start of a beautiful show. I hope it's the start of many shows to come. This is the captain of Team O'Neill, Doug O'Neill. Doug, pleasure to be here with you, my friend. And let's first introduce, what are we doing here?
Well, you know, to me, it's an honor to have you, Mike.
Thank you.
Yep. And to me, it's an opportunity to get to know the team players in Team O'Neill in our barn. And we have so many unbelievable employees and horsemen. And so that's what this show is all about, is to showcase them.
Now, how did we get here? And since this is the first show in this series, it's the genesis of Down Home with Team O'Neill. But give me the genesis of Doug O'Neill, the trainer. How did you get into this business?
Well, you know, I was born in Michigan, and as a kid in Michigan, you couldn't go to the racetrack till you were 14. I used to hear my dad, Patrick, and my uncles talk about the track and how much they loved horses and they loved horse racing. And then fast forward at age 10, we moved to Santa Monica, California. And the first weekend we were out here, you know, most kids, you would go to Disneyland or Magic Mountain or something. And the first weekend we were out here, we went to Santa Anita. And this is before ADW, and it was just, the stands were packed, and I knew right away why my dad and my uncles loved horses and loved the business. And then I had a mentor and a good friend in Mike Amadei, who went to school with a trainer, Jude Feld. And through Mike's urging, right out of high school, Jude put the first horse shank in my hand, and I've been doing it ever since.
So from 18 years old, fresh out of high school, with the first shank in your hand, to now you've trained a Derby and a Preakness winner. You've won Breeders' Cup races. You have the reigning champion 2-year-old Nyquist, who's getting set for his 3-year-old debut. Where do we stand with the champ, and what's 2016 looking like for him?
We're so excited. The champ is doing great. He's back working weekly. The plan is for February 15th to San Vicente here at Santa Anita, and the plan is for him to run good, come out of there good, and then head to Florida for the Florida Derby at Gulfstream. And so that's what we have on paper, but the big key is just keeping him injury-free, and that's the main thing. He's doing super right now.
Well, this seems like the best place to start with an introduction to the players on Team O'Neill. Who are we going to talk to today?
We're going to see his unbelievable groom, Elias, and his great horseman rider, Johnny Garcia.
Why don't we bring them in right now? Garçon? Okay, Douglas, 2 more members of Team O'Neill joining us. Introduce the good gentleman to us.
Well, this is what I love about this podcast angle here, is we get to meet Johnny Garcia and Elias Anaya, and without these 2 guys, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah?
And without these 2 guys, I don't think Nyquist would be undefeated and be doing what he's done and what he hopefully is going to do. So it's my honor to share these 2 great gentlemen with the 3 people that are watching this show.
Yep.
And we're going to start, we're going to bounce back and forth. But since Johnny's right next to me, so Johnny, Johnny Garcia, I got to ask you, I've heard rumors that at one time you were a groom. Is that true?
Yes.
How long ago was that, would you say?
I think like 12 or 13 years.
Wow.
How many horses do you work in a day?
10 or 11 or 9. It's different days, you know.
Johnny comes to work every day with that same smile and passion and excitement.
At what point did you make the decision, Johnny's my guy for Nyquist? How did that happen?
Well, you know, it started with right away, Leandro and I saw this kid's got a lot of talent. And I think at that time, you'd only been riding a few years. I don't think you're riding now. Yeah. So through that, now fast forward 2012, when we had the great I'll Have Another, he was I'll Have Another's main rider. And, you know, when you have these amazing athletes that are so powerful and at any time, if you ask them, they could go really fast. You need somebody like this who is calm in the saddle and just gets along great with them. So
do you see a similarity when you ride an I'll Have Another? Is Nyquist like I'll Have Another? Is he different than him? What's it like?
It's similar. Yeah, and I have another to Nyquist. It's strong horses.
Mm-hmm. But Johnny's being very humble here because it's guys like Johnny. There's not a lot out there, but there's guys like Johnny that can get a horse to settle, these powerful, strong horses that are so competitive, and they want to compete every time they're out there. And it's guys like Johnny and these magic hands that he's able to get him to settle, and like you say, only run when you want him to run, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And you know, when you watch Nyquist work, he could go out there 5/8 in 58.
Yeah.
And so we're always telling Johnny, you know, min and change 101. Let's not overdo it. You know, we just want to stretch his legs, open his lungs, and give him a good piece of exercise. And Johnny's like, he's got like Timex in his head. I mean, he's brilliant. Now, do you look at a watch when
Nah,
you no?
nah.
Yeah. You have your own.
My head.
Where does that come from? I mean, that's amazing. Wow. Well, he is proof that he's not drinking before he comes to work. Which that's a good sign.
At least one person here.
Yes.
Elias, let's talk about Nyquist. I know he's one of the horses you handle. What's his personality like? What do you get from him in the mornings?
This is a horse that he's always happy. I can say extra happy. He's a very handsome horse, I can say that. Very handsome, and he has a lot of class. I am very proud of Nyquist. He's one of the best horses I ever taken care.
Wow. I'd have to say, not just because you're here, Elias, but you are just, you couldn't, if you think of what a groom should, how they should act, there's your man right there. And, you know, just learning here not too long ago that Elias worked for the great Bill Shoemaker. When Bill Shoemaker went, after he retired and he went training horses, you groomed for the great Bill Shoemaker, right?
Yes, I was very happy with Mr. Shoemaker, same as I am working for Tim O'Neill.
Wow.
For you.
Wow. Checks in the mail. Huh?
Yeah, it is
great.
It's his show, so you were just compared to Bill Shoemaker. That's fantastic stuff.
Wow.
But it's amazing the career at the racetrack for you, and you've got to see a number of fantastic horses. But you really believe that Nyquist? I want to go back to Nyquist. You believe he's the best horse you've ever been around? Huh?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no question. For sure, is one of the best horses, and I am very happy. And I wanna think that about my horses, about Nyquist now. As I've said before, I'm excited. Always first thing I said, oh Nyquist, I wanna see him first thing in the morning. I mean, I like every horse.
Yeah.
But Nyquist is special.
Yeah.
Very special.
Yeah.
To me.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, these are two integral parts of Team O'Neill right here. Thank you, Elias, Johnny.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right,
so
best
much.
of luck with Nyquist, the upcoming campaign. And you two gentlemen have just shown me a whole lot of stuff I didn't know prior. Doug, thanks for this.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back a little bit. Doug, the member of Team O'Neill that does your digital outreach and social media is?
Sharla Sanders.
Okay, Sharla Sanders, it's time to bring you into the program. And she's collected some tweets and questions on the old Facebook and the iTunes and the Instagram. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
These are hard-hitting questions from the digital social network public.
Yes.
I'm just going to give it up
I'm
to
with
Sharla.
you.
All right, Sharla, the first question, please.
Assuming that Nyquist is on the Derby Trail, will Lava Man travel with him as he traveled with I'll Have Another?
That's a great question. About Lava Man traveling with Nyquist. The plan is yes, Lava Man will travel with Nyquist. Actually, he traveled to Kentucky, and he was with him on a daily basis there at Keeneland. And Lava Man is truly, not only was he a rock star as a racehorse, but he's a rock star as an assistant coach for us. So Lava Man will be on the road there with Nyquist as we move forward.
Okay. Lava Man, part of Team O'Neill.
Yes.
Sharla, let's go question number dos.
My question for you is, what is a typical day like? Is it stressful or is it wonderful because of your great crew?
Well, that's a good question. You know, a typical day for me is I get up about 4:30 and I go to the bathroom and then I go lay back down for about 2 hours.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. No, I get up about 4:30 and I've been doing this lately. It sounds a little fruity, but I've been doing this lately where I do 10 minutes of meditation. Do I look like a meditator?
No, you don't.
Yeah, but it helps me.
It does, okay.
It does help me. And then I do 10 minutes on a treadmill.
Okay.
Not real fast.
Speaking of not looking like something you do.
Yeah, well, I know. If I did it faster, I'd probably lose some LB, so that's the only thing. And then I do 10 minutes of reading something. And
Like the paper, a book, poetry, what?
book, no
Book?
paper, yeah.
Okay.
The paper boy doesn't get there by the time I leave. I
That's
tried
true.
to get the Times.
So you're the only people that wake up before the paper boy.
That's right. That's right. So that's my that's the way I start my morning, and it really seemed I seem to leave the house, you know, energized, and I feel like I have something to give somebody, whoever I'm going to talk to. Usually by about 9, I'm done. 9 in the morning, I don't have any more to give, but that helps me with any stress or things I have to think about as the day goes on.
Well, that was a very good look inside Team O'Neill. I feel enlightened. I feel educated. I think some of the people out there that tweeted in some questions got a little more light shined into the operation. How do you feel about episode 1?
I feel great. You know, I love those two guys. I love the whole team, and to be able to share a little bit of their background and their story makes me feel so good. I'm just energized.
Yeah, it was really a lot of fun doing this first episode. Yeah. I'd like to thank Steve Rothblum for almost staying awake. I don't really know how to end this thing. You want to dance?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Let's do this. We'll see you next month here on Down Home with Team O'Neill. I'll lead. Okay, got it?
Now it's time for the last word with Santa Anita bugler, Jay Cohen.
I think we live in an age of too much information, so much it even has its own abbreviation, TMI. Well, the same goes in horse racing, especially when they announce that a horse is a ridgeling. According to Wikipedia, a ridgeling is a male horse with 1 or 2 testicles undescended. Now, I'm not sure if this makes a difference in the betting or that the other horses will tease this poor fellow, but what it guarantees that a woman with a few children will come ask me what a ridgeling is. Well, I don't want to drop the ball, so I explain it to her, usually to the delight of the children, not so much the mother. Well, when it comes to a ridgeling, really, TMI.
Down Home with Team O'Neill was filmed before a live studio audience of Steve Rothblum.